Miss Roberts.
Hello.
I've got some data of Emmy's from the beginning of the year to her middle of the year, December. Benchmarks for STAR. And so if we're looking at this, I did the reading in like a pink color and then the math in green. And so if you look at the top one, this is her beginning of the year right here, the August one. And it looks like if we look at her reading, are there any numbers that maybe like jump out to you as being lower or consistently lower if we look at the beginning versus the middle of the year?
I would say phonemic awareness
Mm-hmm.
and phonics.
Phonics, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that structural
Yes,
analysis, I think, was the lowest at the beginning of the year, actually. But whenever you're comparing the two, it's really awesome to see that her percentile ranking moved from that 13 to 26. So it's doubled, which is really awesome. And that she's moved from a pre-K level, and she's right here at kindergarten now. So when Emmy first came, what was like her English ability?
Well, she had just moved to America shortly before kindergarten. Her dad does not speak English, so she only gets English at school. So at the beginning of the year, she had very limited knowledge of English. She couldn't even ask to go to the bathroom in English.
Right.
So, and it wasn't but just a couple of weeks that she was able to ask in English to go to the bathroom. So at school is only English that she gets. So even at home, she's still speaking Spanish. So for this growth is phenomenal.
I know.
For her to come in and not understand our language.
Right.
She does, like I would have to use cues for her.
Mm-hmm.
Picture cues and gestures at the beginning of the year, a lot.
But
So,
now she's more likely to use words or still
Yes.
gestures?
yes, both. If I
Both.
don't understand her, she will show me what she's talking about.
Right.
So, and she watches others a lot too to see.
To pick up on those like social cues there.
Yeah.
So whenever we look at the beginning to the middle that we're looking at right here, the consistent breakdowns in her learning are probably still the same. Phonemic awareness, phonics, and the structural analysis of words. So you mentioned, like, I guess just general communication skills with Emmy. I know that you still use like visuals and gestures like for her learning, like for
Yes.
reading and for math.
Yes.
Is there one that she prefers over the other that you've noticed?
She uses motions a lot with me. So, which I use that anyways in lessons. Like when we're breaking apart words, we do it on our arms. So if I want her to tell me the beginning sound, I have to touch here. I can't just say, give me the beginning sound. You know,
Yes.
she doesn't. But if I show her what I want, she then can produce what I'm asking.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
she does really well with hand motions.
So being that tier 3 student and trying to figure out more strategies, even though she's made awesome growth, she's still, below the 40th percentile.
Yes.
Have you had a
Yes.
conversation with her dad about possibly retaining kindergarten or?
Well, since he doesn't speak English,
Right.
it's very difficult to communicate. So our ELL teacher comes in and she will text him in Spanish for me. So anytime I need any communication with Dad, she's kind of our middleman and she translates for me. So yes, we have discussed that, and the ELL teacher says that is not uncommon for ELL students, especially the level she's at, to have to
Right.
repeat in kindergarten, because this is really just her social year and she's learning English.
Right.
And then next year we'll be able to focus more on academics. So, but yeah, she's our middleman and she talks to Dad for me.
So is he supportive of
Yes.
probably doing that?
Yes.
Okay. She's so cute. I know it'd be
She
fun
is.
to have her again. Okay, so to again help her with that tier 3, sorry I got a little sidetracked there.
It's okay.
So we want to create some lessons for her that target some letters that she's struggling with, and also some numbers. So we want to make sure if those strategies, the gestures and everything are working for her and she's showing growth, we want to make sure that we have those still in our lessons. And can you tell me, I have a couple of notes here, but just to make sure, her letters that she really struggles with are J, Q, and G.
Yes.
Just forgetting the name of them or mixing them up or what?
Kind of all of it.
All of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The
Like
letter.
identifying the letter, a sequence of letters, she will get confused and she'll call it a different letter.
Mm-hmm.
And then producing the sound, which she is getting better. For G, I say G. So there's that hand motion again.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I just touch my throat, she can produce the sound, but she has to have that cue.
Right.
So.
Gotcha. And then I know that several kindergartners kind of struggle with whenever they moved after 10 into their teen numbers, that 11, 12, 13, because it's not like 14, 15. It doesn't have that same like base
Number.
Yeah, the number. So we
And
want to
that's
look
where
at
we're
those.
at. Yes, that's where we're at now, is moving into our teens, and we have covered all of our teens, and she is still, has to think about those numbers, 11, 12, 13.
Saying the name of them or recognizing?
Both.
Okay.
She can count verbally, like rote counting.
Mm-hmm.
She's fine with that. But when you have it on the paper to identify it or writing it, she really has to think about what she wants to put on paper.
Gotcha. So her strengths are her verbal cues, or her, I guess, the gestures.
Yeah.
Like you said, she can pick up on what you're asking her to do. Does she have any other strengths that we can maybe play into the lessons? Is there anything that she's more inclined to, like with music or art, or is she very hands-on? Like, what would be her learning preferences?
She's very interested in learning. Anytime we do songs, she is, she's active, she's participating, she's watching.
Mm-hmm.
If we do any videos on the letter, she's watching every bit of it. So that really intrigues her.
Okay,
So
good deal. All right, so I think we kind of have a game plan. Can you think of anything else that would be helpful for us to try? That I know that you've tried like your whole toolkit
yes,
of strategies and best practices and everything.
I just try to make it very hands-on for her.
Okay,
So
we can definitely work together to plan some of that. So based on our discussion, we're really going to look at the structural analysis, like creating the letters and being able to identify those, and also produce the sounds that go with it, and then recognizing 11, 12, maybe 13, getting that in there out of those 5 lessons. Is that right?
yes.
Is there anything else that
Sounds
we
good.
need to do?
Sounds like a good start.
Okay. Well, thank you for meeting with me today.
You're welcome.